Okay. As a young girl, I always thought that going to school was boring since math was about variables, numbers, random signs, spelling was hard, and I couldn't remember George Washington's birthday. Yet, as I look back, I realize how lucky I was to be able to be educated. Not every girl can go to school. 9 of the 10 most difficult nations for girls to be educated are located in sub-Saharan Africa. Nearly three-quarters of girls in South Sudan do not attend primary school, and in Niger, only 17% of young women are literate, according to World Vision. Being forced into early marriage, living in poor countries that aren't able to provide, or just being girls all contribute to their inability to attend school. Early marriage or being married under the age of 18 is something I could never imagine doing, especially if it's forced. Sadly, that is how many girls in Niger, 76% of the girls, Central African Republic and Chad, both are 68%, are forced into. It's very common that marriage is seen as a higher priority than education. It is estimated that around 15 million girls that are under the age of 18 are married. Because of this, they are forced to drop out of school, and since they would have less educational skills, be more likely to live in poverty as their lives depend on the husband's wages. Living in a poor country can have a lot of different disadvantages, but education, especially for girls, can become extremely rare in these places. Lots of countries struggle to fund a stable education system for all of the children. As Barack Obama once said, the best judge of whether or not a country is going to develop is how it treats its women. It is true that an educated female population also increases a country's productivity and helps economic growth. But how can people help? There are actually lots of ways that people can help. Evidence proves that if people invest more in education, poverty can be reduced at a quicker rate. There are long-term health benefits and less sexism. There are lots of sites that you can donate at, like the Malala Fund, CanFed, Heifer, and lots more. You can also learn about the sites that help, like Let Girls Learn. Evidence proves that if people invest more in education, oh, I already put that there. Yet, although these two problems can be solved with difficulty, there is one problem that no matter how hard these girls try, cannot change. They are females. Often, girls are mistreated and kicked out of school because they are girls. If the girl is from a poor family, it reduces the chance even more of her being able to get into school. As the Malala Foundation states, long-held misconceptions and cultural norms can keep girls from reaching their full potential and further inequality in society. Misconceptions mean that since they are girls, their parents may believe that it is a waste of money to educate a female. Cultural norms can also persuade their parents that girls don't deserve to be educated. Nobody asks to be born into a poor family or one that believes that educating girls is wrong, but if you can help, do so.
Okay, thank you very much.
That was pretty interesting. I like the fact that it was written from the perspective of a teenage girl.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
If you all, we're going to do positive feedback first. So if you want to make sure you do have these comments being written down in that document. Olivia, what do we got for positive feedback?
So you had a very good hook, and the beginning was very relatable. And you had very good facts and research because you just laid out a bunch of websites and you pointed out direct places.
That's helpful feedback. That's good feedback. As a reminder for everyone else, too, we've got to make sure we're doing that. Want one more positive. Ben, what you got? What's one thing you liked?
Well, I thought the opening was very interesting, and I couldn't really guess what the topic was about. So it was the suspense, I guess, that kept things a little interesting. And the essay, I noticed it flows very well, and there aren't really that many breaks.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good. Constructive feedback. Oh, Anthony, what do you got? Either way.
So I like how Jessica uses a lot of contrast in her article, contrasting between our own lives and the lives of people less fortunate than us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So that's nice building of that pathos, which we have talked about being so key. All right, constructive feedback. Yes, Ben?
I noticed how Jessica, when she was reading it, there was a point where she stopped and said there was something wrong with it. Next time, I don't think you should stop because that's normally when people realize there is a problem. If you keep reading it like nothing, I don't think anyone would realize that there is a problem unless they look really close.
Okay, I'll try and fix that.
Yeah. And I think it's also helpful. This is just like when you're reading things out loud, you catch things that you wouldn't have caught otherwise. So like just read it to your friend, read it to your stuffed animal, read it to your dog. It don't matter, but like reading it out loud helps you to catch those things. And like, yeah, we haven't practiced presentations at all. It's the first time you do it, so no stress on that. But good advice on Ben. One more thing. Anything else, Celine?
So I loved your overall essay, but I think that one point maybe is expanding a little bit more on the solution and what people, or just like what everyday, like what common people can do to help solve this problem. So it would make it more convincing, but it's a very good paragraph structure. It has a very good essay structure.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so I echo that. Like, also, I didn't even talk about this, but sandwiching feedback, like, here's a good thing, here's something to be had. Overall, like, do that in life. That is so good, Celine. Thank you for modeling that. And like, yeah, the solution, I would be that one piece is where I would put that work. Maybe put that, because you like leave that a problem and maybe reorganizing that. But like, for 2 drafts on this, Jessica, you killing the game. I'm so proud of you. Olivia, I saw you had a hand up. Write it down, and I'm going to get it to her. But we just like, I don't want to keep you all too late.